This is Fred Allendale, and in this tutorial on my texturing HUD kit, I'm going to show you the way you use the target face finder and or target profiler script to help get parameters from your target objects. You may not always know the texture UUID or which face number is which once you finish creating an item. So this is an aid to help you do that. So I'm going to we'll talk about the face finder first. I'm going to take this face finder script and drop it down into the shirt. You'll see some chat information down here that says you can touch any face to get its link number, face number, texture UUID, and RGB color. And when you're done, you need to delete this script. It's only used during the setup process. So, for example, if I touch the main body of the shirt, you'll see it's flashing that particular face. And down here, you'll see that it is showing the parameter line like it was in the note card, the link number, the face number, the texture UUID, and the color, the RGB color. So pull up a chat window so you can read it a little bit better. And you would just copy and paste this whole line right into your configuration note card. And then if I touch up here on another face, the collar is another face. Now it's giving me, happens to be face 3, so it's link 2 face 3. It's got a different texture on it and a different color. Actually, it has the same texture. It's a grayish white texture, but it has a different color code, and so that could be copied then into another line. And I believe on here the cuffs are yet another face. So those are face 2, and I think the buttons are another face. So this lets you go face by face to be able to get all the parameters to put into your configuration note card. And I'll go in here and I'll delete this. There it is. It's interesting sometimes in Second Life when you click on something, it doesn't show up in inventory right away, even though it's really there. It's kind of disconcerting at times. So we'll go ahead and delete that, the face finder script. Now the other script here is the target profiler, and it's similar to the face finder, except it actually scans the whole object and gives you all the parameter lines that you can then copy that whole block into your note card. And then it deletes itself because there's no face to touch. So when I drop it in, you'll see that it'll just go through, and in this case it determined that all of the faces of prim number 1 have the same texture and color, and that is actually the root prim that has no particular function. In fact, I've made it transparent here, so you would not even need to copy that one. So the prim that we're interested in, the shirt, it turns out that all the faces are the same color. So it just says, it just replaced the term all in there. So you really only have one parameter line that you have to copy for the shirt the way it's textured right now. But if let me texture it with a combination of things, I can use my simple shirt example HUD here. Move it down a little bit. This is just a simple HUD example that I include that has a few different textures and a few different colors. So if I throw that texture on it, and I've only put it on the main face, I've not put it on the other 3 faces. I can apply different colors to it as well. So it's kind of ugly. Let's leave it that way. And we'll detach our HUD. Now I can throw this target profiler script in there now, and you'll see it'll have a little more complicated profile now. So it has the name of the object, target name, shirt mesh example, and it has the initial line here for all of the transparent HUD, prim that I have in my root, as well as each of these other 4 prims. And you can see that they have the same texture, but they have different colors. So I can't use the all anymore because there's variation in color between the different textures. So I could just take this whole block and paste this into my configuration note card. Now I'd probably want to, once I did that, I'd probably want to delete this line. I'm sorry, the first line here, which is the root prim, because that's just the transparent prim that shows me as the creator, and I don't really need to do anything with that. I don't really need to retexture it with the button, so I could just eliminate that line. So sometimes it turns out that you want to use these scripts in combination with some manual editing. For example, if there's only one face that's different, which is in this case is true, there's only one face that's a different color. That's face number 1. I could actually do all faces with this basic color, 227, 158, 28, and then on the next line just put this one face that's different, because these are applied in the order that they're read off the card. So it would first texture all faces the same, and then it would texture the one face that's different. So that would reduce these 4 lines down to 2 lines. So again, depending on how you want your texturing and coloring to work, you can usually find a way to maybe simplify it in some cases and not have as many lines as the profiler might indicate that you need. Now, the other versions of the profiler are for encrypted texture UUIDs. So we had the UUIDs that had $ before, and now I'm going to throw in the encrypted version of this, and you will see that it says note the UUIDs are encrypted, and now they have $, and in front of the texture name. And you'll notice that if I scroll up a little bit, there's really almost virtually no resemblance between the unencrypted and the encrypted version of the texture. It uses an advanced encryption algorithm that basically is pretty much impossible for anyone to decode. If somebody out there does figure it out, please let me know, but I think it's pretty bulletproof. So that shows how you would generate your encrypted textures, and then the script that applies those is able to decrypt those before it puts them onto the HUD and or onto the target object, and protects them from being visibility of the original UUID. So that shows you how you can use the face finder and the profiler scripts to simplify and expedite your determining what parameters you need to put on the note card. That concludes this tutorial, and I appreciate your purchasing of the Texturing HUD Kit Advanced.